Is it guilty until proven innocent, or innocent until proven guilty?
Don't it seem like
Yeah, man. So I'm talking about this whole Deshaun Watson thing, and the reason that I'm doing it is because I know this is going to be controversial what I have to say, and again, this is a part of me growing as myself, and coming out with what I have to say, and not worried about what other people think about what I have to say. But B, I think this is an important lesson to learn from both sides of this situation, right? What Deshaun Watson is accused of doing is heinous. And if the allegations are true, I do not support his actions in any way. But with that being said, Deshaun Watson was not indicted by a grand jury. And for those people who don't understand, a grand jury can indict anybody for it. Do you know how easy it is, coming from a lawyer? It's so easy for a grand jury to indict, because they only get the prosecutor's side of the story. They don't even get, the defense doesn't get to present an argument. None of that. Defense isn't even at a grand jury hearing. It's just a prosecutor. It's so easy to get an indictment with a grand jury. So the fact that this didn't come back with an indictment tells me that there wasn't enough there from the prosecutor's side to even prosecute. And and I'm going to say this, and again, it isn't about race, but being honest about our system. If they wanted to indict a famous black man, they'd do it. They love making examples of black people. I'm just saying, it's true. So we're not going to do a race talk. This isn't about race. But we're just being honest about the fact that if they really wanted to indict him, he could have been indicted if there was enough evidence there. There wasn't. So he's been cleared of his criminal charges. There's still the civil suits hanging out there, so those aren't adjourned yet. But what I am going to say is people need to stop, the public needs to stop proclaiming someone guilty because someone alleges something, right? People allege things all the time. I'm sure you had people who have alleged that you did something that you did not do, right? And if someone else believed you and said you were guilty, it hurts you. Let people have their day in court, man. Like, let all the facts and evidence come out. Let people have their day in court. Stop just going off of allegations. Allegations alone they're not enough. They aren't enough. Just for someone to be accused. You know how many people are accused of things they didn't do? I just just knowing just my background as a lawyer, there are a lot of people accused, especially in law school. I found this. There are a lot of people accused of things they didn't do. Now there are some people accused of some things that they have done. Don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of people accused of things they didn't do, and it's an allegation. Until we see the facts and the evidence, and they have their day in court, stop dragging people's names through the mud, and a separate, and it's unfortunate that you got to move this way, but this is something for Deshaun Watson to learn in a separate lesson. You can't even put yourself in a position to have alleged to do something like this, right? Like, he needs to move smarter in that way, and I'm sure his team has told him this, and he's thinking about this in retrospect, but if you did this, bro, you know what I'm gonna say to you, this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous action for you. But if you didn't do it, and these are just allegations, you need to put yourself in a better situation to not to have been alleged to have even done something like this. That's what you can do for yourself. So yeah, just watch how you move, man. Watch how you move. Watch what you're doing. Don't put yourself in situations where you can be alleged to have done anything. I think is the key lesson, and it's crazy that you got to stay on guard like that. But as I always say, you got to protect yourself at all times. Yeah, man. So I just I think that in the future, Deshaun Watson will do a better job of not putting himself in this position. And in the future, his guilt or innocence will be determined by the evidence. Don't proclaim him guilty because somebody alleged things. People lie all the time. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. That's true equality, realizing that both sides lie all the time. I don't have a side here. People lie in general. And with that being the case, allegations are allegations. And so until he's found guilty of something, it's just alleged. It's just alleged. And I get the NFL and other teams protect themselves at all times. You got to protect yourself at all times. I understand that. But by the same token, with the public, we've gotten to this heinous thing where if somebody's alleged to do something, they're the worst person in the world. And then if it comes out to not be true, there's no makeup. There's no repair. All those people that were outraged by the allegation, there's no repair for the tarnish that it has done on their reputation, even though it wasn't true. People will still bring it up. People will still try to drag your name through the mud with an allegation that was not true. You weren't found guilty in any court. Now, I know what a lot of people will say. O.J. Simpson wasn't found guilty, but we all still believe he did it. You're entitled to your opinion on that. You're entitled to assess someone's innocence or guilt too. That's fine. But at least see the facts and evidence. Don't just when the allegation comes out, don't just pile on. Allow people to have their time. And just because, and I get the fact that he's got like 22 allegations, so it's numerous, and it kind of makes him seem even more guilty. But at the same time, it's so important that we hold that you're innocent until you're proven guilty. The number of charges or the number of allegations, they can tell you a lot about a case, but that doesn't mean that they're definitive. Doesn't mean that they're definitive. Doesn't mean that they're guilty of anything that they're alleging that they did. Again, let the facts and evidence come out. Once the facts and evidence comes out, you are more than welcome to be your own judge. And have your own opinion on a person, have your own opinion on what they do. What they have been alleged to do. But we got to start giving people their innocence back, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, yeah, man, I don't have much more to add to the situation. Let me know what you guys think about that whole concept of innocence and guilt, and when we should associate what with what. And let me know what you think about protecting yourself at all times, not putting yourself. Let me slow down. Not putting yourself in a situation like Deshaun Watson has put himself in. Let me know what you think about that, guys. I appreciate you watching, tuning in. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back when I'm ready to run my mouth again.